Over here to my right is a flight case, evidently. And inside of the flight case is a laptop. And inside of that laptop is an Intel 11th gen i7 processor. And inside of that 11th gen processor is some Intel Xe graphics. Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I am Reese of the 4-piece variety or WookiE XXXL. And in today's review, sort of not really, I'm still reviewing it even though it's not really the point of getting this laptop. You know I had to run benchmarks on it and find out it's everything, so I have. This H35, which comes from MSI, has some really sick little tricks up its sleeve. The whole notebook is like 2 kilograms. It weighs nearly nothing. It's got a 15-inch screen, 144 hertz as well, which is really nice. Some of the best pixel timing I've ever seen on a monitor. It literally makes 60 FPS feel like 100 FPS just because of how crisp the pixel timing is. Stellar work thereon. It's relatively unassuming though. You look at it, it looks like a straightforward basic sort of laptop. But then you get into using it and figuring out what tricks it has up its sleeve. So this is the 11375H, which is a normal quad-core 8-thread i7, and it performs like a normal quad-core 8-thread i7, even though this is on the 10nm Super FET. It does so with a lot better wattage, obviously, because, well, you can slap it in a chassis as thin and sleek as this. They've teamed up with an RTX 3060 6GB graphics card. Gigabyte, actually, a gigabit is an eighth of a gigabyte. Fun fact, but 6 gig graphics in this, RTX, good stuff. We know, tensor cores, DLSS, ray tracing, all the nice little checkboxes that you want to see. 16 gigs of RAM in this unit as well, 3200 CL22. The timing is probably down to the voltage because this RAM runs at 1.2, not 1.35, which is to keep that power footprint down so that it can then run on battery and still have good performance. So no real loss there, maybe 2 to 3% of performance. Speaking further on performance, the processor, as I said, it's more or less a normal i7 quad-core 8-thread. Just looking at some of the benchmarks that I did on Cinebench, for example, just single-threaded and multi-threaded, it's very much in line with even what their 4th gen stuff was like, albeit obviously at like a quarter of the wattage. So this is the idea behind this kind of laptop and what its purpose in life is going to be. So let me stop beating around the bush. There's a lot of laptops that have this specification, but why did this one need to be sent to me as a prototype special in a flight case? Because it could do something that no other processor in a laptop can do. Like I said, this has the Xe graphics now included from Intel. It's their new Iris replacement, their next level of integrated graphics. What this means for you as a consumer is you can now stream through that Intel Xe graphics. I kid you not, you don't have to use the RTX tensor cores, you do not have to use your processor. It can actually stream through the Xe graphics, and pretty damn well. It can play Warzone at over 60 frames while streaming, which is fantastic. To have a laptop that weighs 2 kilograms that can be able to do that is pretty nice. And the rest of the gaming performance is in line with what I would expect from this kind of setup, albeit the size of the thing. To find something sleeker and thinner, you'd have to visit a runway in Milan. I think it's no secret that over the last few years I've been marginally disappointed with Intel that they haven't used all of their R&D prowess to create better technologies, and then they dropped this. And now I'm like, aha! So you did have a plan. It just took you long enough to bring it up. Intel, damn it. But that plan is executed really, really nicely. The fact that you can now stream through that graphics card means that your performance impact of your normal gaming is about 1%, but you still have access to your tensor cores. So if it's a game that uses RTX and DLSS to gain you performance and visual quality, that's not going to be impacted by your stream. Because if you use the NVENC codec and you have one of those sort of setups, then you can stream through the tensor cores, and then it doesn't rob the rest of the machine from power, or the normal rasterizing cores can do what they do best, which is produce the games, with those being the CUDA cores that are inside of your GeForce graphics card. So now taking all of that load away from it and putting it onto this secondary graphics card, it just means that you're getting performance for free. And now you actually have a laptop that can actually properly stream the game, because a quad core with 8 threads, doesn't matter what platform it's on, mobile or on PC, it's never going to be able to stream software and do your encoding plus your gaming simultaneously, especially in games that require a lot of CPU performance, which is pretty much all of the esports games. But with this, you now take that load off of the processor and put it through the secondary graphics card, and then you don't lose any of the performance. Big brain, huge brain. You can do video stuff through here, you can enhance video stuff through the graphics card. Like this XE graphics thing, at first I thought, maybe it's another competitor for AMD and Nvidia, right? It can only be good for us in the market. Except for the fact that this is now not even a competitor, it's going into this whole other vein over here. And I thought that with the advent of AMD APUs, that whole like the $100 graphics card market was going to be completely eroded and destroyed. But if it can do what this is doing, maybe Intel's making its own market for that, which is pretty cool and pretty clever. So anyway, that's all I have for you on this 15M Stealth from MSI and Intel for now. Until next time, please guys, stay safe, keep well. It's a wild time out there in South Africa at the moment, so wishing you all the best of luck with that. And I will see you on the flip side. Inside of this here flight case,